Hello, welcome to all the students who have joined the class. Okay, let us go into our topic. But before we go into our topic, I would like to prepare your brain so that you can understand the topic better. So, in order to prepare your brain, I have uh, thrown a question to you, and the question is before you. It is: do you know how dramas in the Elizabethan period developed? So I'd like to tell you that Elizabethan period is a very important period in the history of English literature because a lot of literature uh, came out in this age and they contributed with their writing in this age. Particularly, dramatists contributed a lot. So when Elizabethan period is concerned, drama is a very important format to be discussed. So dramas in Elizabethan period developed in a very great way. So it is very important that when we when we consider Elizabethan age, we must uh, give our main focus on the dramas of that age. So this is what we have to keep in mind. Okay. So now let us go forward. Okay. Uh, we are not going to hit all the dramas written in Elizabethan age. Actually, Elizabethan is not going to be our main concern. I have just referred to Elizabethan age just to bring you to the topic uh, of today. Okay, the topic of today is university week. Of course, I would like to tell you that this topic is very much related to Elizabethan age. This is why I have uh, referred to Elizabethan age, Elizabethan drama at, at the very beginning of my lecture. So university woods refer to some talented dramatists who were educated uh, from universities like Oxford and Cambridge, and after their graduation, they contributed to the development of English drama. So those dramatists graduating from Oxford and Cambridge are called university schools. Okay, now let us go forward and see what actually university schools contributed. Okay, here you can see a question I have thrown. Okay, their question is: what was the contribution of university schools to Elizabethan drama? Here, the answer has provided has been provided for you. Okay, and the university schools were six men uh, educated at Oxford and Cambridge in theatre and drama, who drastically impacted and transformed popular drama in the late 16th century. So look at here, one thing you have to remember, you have to keep in mind is that these people educated from Oxford and Cambridge University. This is why they are called university. So this issue you have to focus on. And another thing is that these dramatists belong to 16th century. If I clearly say, okay, I tell you that they belong to from 1501 to 1601. Okay, and now let us see which those six people, which who are those six men. Okay, they are Christopher Marlowe, Thomas Nash, Thomas Lodge, Robert Greene, John Lilly, George Peele, and Thomas Kidd. So actually they were playwrights, and what were their contribution? These playwrights came and they changed, they actually improved the language and structure of drama. Before them, the language and structure of drama was not as developed as they have made it. Okay, after their touch, drama, I mean English drama became very much developed. Okay, so this is the contribution they made to English drama. Okay, now let us go forward and see. why we have to give importance enough to them. Okay, university which were six Oxford and Cambridge educated men, Green, Lilly, Lodge, Marlowe, Nash, and Peel, who uh, radically transformed popular drama. So this is their main contribution. They changed drama, but they radically changed drama. You have to clearly understand this term, radically transformed. So they brought about a big transformation in the drama, in the existing drama. This is why their contribution has been taken into account. And in the late 16th century, it happened. Okay, and of course, you can see why their contribution has become so much important, because their plays were witty, forceful, and poetic. This is why their plays have been so much important. Okay, so their contribution was very important, and of course, they have made the plot of drama more coherent, and they have made drama more meaningful. Before them, drama was not as meaningful as there's okay. So when they came, the scenario of English drama changed drastically, radically. This is the contribution they made to English drama. So they are important in the history of English literature. But this is not what they remembered for most. They remembered for most because they actually prepared the pathway for Shakespeare, the greatest dramatist of English literature. Actually, Shakespeare was highly influenced by these people. So I would like to tell you that, but there was difference between University Wits and Shakespeare. Though he took a lot of inspiration from them, he followed them in various respects. But there were some difference between these two. I would like to tell you that why they were different. Which universities, I mean, which actually were snobbish, more snobbish, and they rejected low comedy for their dramas. But on the other hand, when we come to Shakespeare, he was more liberal than universities, and he incorporated low humor for his drama, and his dramas became more popular than those written by university books. Actually, he took a lot from university books, and uh, he subtracted something as well. So he actually blended his talent and the thing which he took from university. So a kind of very good product came out of Shakespeare, because he blended what inside him and what he took from university. This is what you have to remember, that university schools have a very good impact on Shakespeare. Okay, I would like to tell you that probably Shakespeare would not have emerged in such a form as we see him now without the existence of university books. Okay, now let us see, and there you can see more influence on Shakespeare from universities. Here you can see the names have been written again. Okay, I would like to tell you that that university was included Christopher Marlowe, Thomas Nash, Thomas Lodge, Green, Lilly, George Peele, Thomas Kidd were English playwrights, poets, pamphleteers in the late 1500s, educated at Oxford and Cambridge, unlike actor playwright such as Shakespeare. So look at here, they were educated from Oxford and Cambridge, but Shakespeare was not educated from uh, any university like that. So there was difference between Shakespeare and them. But we see that, of course, I have already discussed this thing, that Shakespeare took something from them, took a lot of things from them. The university which actually did a great job. They actually freed drama from convention. Drama was following some convention. University would liberated drama from the convention it had been following. So the university would had done a very good job, and for their job, the job of the work of Shakespeare became more easy, okay, easier, okay. And what actually university schools did, university schools mainly uh, created lifelike character. So in this respect, their contribution is very noteworthy. Lifelike characters they created. I'd like to tell you that Christopher Marlowe's play Tamburlaine in the 1580s gave the English theatre at the time the power to withstand its opponent, and his dramas made the English theatre a viable industry, setting the stage uh, literally and figuratively for Shakespeare. Marlowe, who was also one of the first writers to use blank verse. So you look at here, Marlowe is the one of the writers to use blank verse, and it is said that he is a teacher and guide of Shakespeare. And this comment is made by a critic whose name is Swinburne. Swinburne has said that when you read Shakespeare, of course, should not forget Marlowe as the teacher of Shakespeare, because Marlowe has become a guide and teacher of Shakespeare. So when you read about universities, you have to read about them. You have to read about their contributions. Okay, of course, you should not forget to write their contribution to make to actually to create a great dramatist like Shakespeare. So they actually changed the drama, English drama. Not only this, but also they created a way for great dramatists like Shakespeare. So in this way, University Wits made a great contribution to English literature. So you have to consider these things, and here are some assessment. Of course, answer this question, and you can send me the answer of this question, answer to this question through chat option. Okay, first question is, which century do the universities belong to? I would like to tell you that the answer of this question is the universities belong to 16th century. Okay, which university did they study at? I would like to tell you that they studied at the University of Oxford and Cambridge. And also, when we come to question number C, the answer to this question will be okay. First, let me read the question. How did they transform the then drama? Of course, the question will be that they transform the then drama radically. Okay, you should answer in this way. And when we come to question number D, what was the response of universities towards low comedy? Of course, university which rejected low comedy. You have to say this thing, okay, and give the answer to this question. They rejected low comedy outright. They did not give any room. Uh, they did not create any room for low comedy. Okay, now let us come to question E. The question says, ask us that who is thought to have teacher-like influence over Shakespeare. So I'd like to tell you that the answer will be Marlowe. Marlowe is thought to have teacher-like influence over Shakespeare. So from this question, we have been able to make our idea clear. Okay, I think you have understood about university rules clearly. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for being in the class.